Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. Now let's check out the State Farm starting lineups. First for the New York Knicks. Big three, Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, and Tyson Chandler at the 3, 4, and 5. Felton is out there with Ronnie Brewer. And for the Bulls, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah, the front line. Rose and Rip Hamilton man the backcourt.
For another year in a row, the Bulls were the cream of the crop in the East. Their mark of 38-10, the best of any team against their own conference.
And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Rose with the ball. Hamilton the pass to Boozer. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Felton against Noah. Now here's Anthony. Defense is right there. This year will be tougher with the injury to Derrick Rose, but the Bulls have shown that they are always going to be tough in the East. That Steve is never going to leave.
Well, the strength of this club, guys, is obviously Rose on offense, but it's the bigs defensively. Noah, Sheik last year, and Gibson were so good as a tandem coming off the bench. That length and size and athleticism was a major factor for that club.
Boy, nice pick there, guys. I mean, gave him the space he needed for the hoop.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Tom Thibodeau. They'll have their hands full with the Knicks in this one, and I asked him how he planned on playing them. He told me they have some big names. Melo, Kidd, Amare, the list goes on. I think we can beat them with our depth, though. The deeper into the benches each team goes, the better advantage we'll have. We'll see if his bench backs up his remarks, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Rose.
Well, for Raymond Felton, it was a very disappointing season a year ago after that terrific year in 2010, but he didn't show up to camp in shape, shot the ball poorly, turned it over, and did not have a very good year for the Blazers.
And it's Rose penetrating. Boozer, shot clock at 3. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
Felton kicks to Anthony. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. There's the double team with Hamilton. Feeds to Felton. Clock at 6. Chandler with the screen on Rose. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
And for Felton, Clark, what do you think is the key for him to get back on track?
Well, I think conditioning is a part of it. I think the lockout threw off a lot of players as far as getting ready for the season, and I think Felton fell into that camp. He's not the biggest card, so quickness and conditioning is really important for him.
And they'll keep possession. And that one's good by Noah.
They're coming out strong, guys. That's 4 for 5 from the field.
Chandler with a screen for Felton. A runner, and it's blocked by Noah. Now here's Rose, covered by Brewer. Here's Hamilton. Here's Boozer. The second chance bucket is good. Boozer's got 6.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
Felton kicks to Anthony. New York moving it around. Felton off the pick from Brewer. Felton against Rose. Rose with the block. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, the shot misses. Felton with some nice D. Knicks trail by 4. The drive by Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Outside Rose. Pass to Hamilton. Over Brewer. Hamilton can't get that one to fall.
Well contested shot there.
And that's the key defensively. You got to make them work for it. Challenge every shot.
And you look at Bulls head coach Tom Thibodeau, considered by a lot of people to be the architect of the defensive philosophies that have been embraced by most of the league, and that is loading the strong side of the floor in the half court, and kind of zoning up basically, and then sending the ball handler baseline into help down on the block.
Rose, no good. The Knicks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Felton dishes to Melo. Shoots the 3. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Anthony's got 5 now. Well, Steve, going back to Coach Tom Thibodeau, our listeners might say, well, he's only been a head coach for a couple years. How could you be so influential? But prior to that, he was an assistant coach in the NBA for 2 decades and really built a nice reputation.
And whether it's in Houston or Boston, he's always played that key role in creating those stingy defensive schemes that he's known for. Obviously, he's taken those to Chicago now. The Bulls have been one of the best defensive clubs in the league the last couple of years. So Tom Thibodeau, no question, an excellent defensive coach.
Here's Hamilton after Amari Stoudemire's bucket. Dang with the screen for Hamilton. On the wing, Dang. Over Anthony. Great touch on the 16-footer. Knicks have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Anthony left side. Back to Stoudemire. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. That's now 8 points for Stoudemire.
Okay, everything is falling for him now. He hasn't missed a shot this quarter.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
That was your numbers. Give him a hand. Come on, Chicago.
Bulls trail by 3. Rose kicks to Hamilton. Down low. Backing down is Dang. Rose back up. And again, it's Carlos Boozer. Boozer's got 10 points.
Boy, is he coming out strong. That's 5 consecutive field goals to start this game.
And Steve, the defense hasn't been able to do anything to stop him. I mean, they haven't found anything to slow this guy down.
Noah with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Marcus Camby, he's checked in for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Felton against Rose. Here's Brewer. New York, no good that time either. Bulls have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. And it's Rose penetrating over Smith. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. And the Bulls lead by 1.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint.
The shot by Anthony, no good. The Bulls shooting an impressive 60% early.
Well, the question mark the last couple of years for the Knicks has been defense. And I think the addition of Tyson Chandler on the interior was the answer to those questions. And Chandler really helped improve that defense. Now it's a matter of building that foundation as a team and really coming up with a defensive plan and sticking to it and allowing it to grow. You know what I love about Anthony, Kevin, is his ability with the ball at his size. You know, he's so strong, but he's quick, and he's got that agility offensively to get around you with his ball handling skills and his speed. So there's not much you can do with Carmelo but hope he misses an outside shot.
If you are going to foul Melo, you need to make it a hard foul. If you just play good D on him, sometimes that's not enough. This guy is a terrific scorer. It's a big part of why he's one of the league's most efficient scorers season to season, because he gets it inside and out and he makes free throws.
And you know, you saw that change in philosophy with the head coaching change. Mike Woodson took over as interim coach, and then, May 24th, May 25th, they announced that he was going to be the full-time coach, and he got that gig, and he'll be there now for hopefully a couple of years, and they'll settle that position down. Clark, the Knicks were a lot more defensive-oriented under Mike Woodson after that move.
Yeah, it was clearly obvious that was the case, Kevin. If you want to win in the East, throw down.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Rose, no good.
Well, Derrick Rose, of course, making his recovery from... Hammer time.
Wow.
Hammer time.
Just trying to wear them down here.
Yeah, the lead is just expanding right now. Just what you want to do when you've got a team down. Don't let them up.
He dishes it to Boozer. Shot to stop the run. Gibson passes to Deng. He sinks the 11-footer. Deng's got 6.
Hasn't had a whole lot of misses here in the quarter. Very sharp shooting right now. It's fun to watch.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
It was a season of highs and lows for the Knicks last year, and one of their lows was how they played when they were on the road. Just not up to their standards.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Ozzie Muhammad's checked in for Boozer. Bellinelli comes in for Richard Hamilton. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. From the wing, and it's Smith missing. And it was the play of the Knicks on the road that really took them backwards and forced them to scramble, Clark, just to get in the playoffs. It was tough for them, Steve, but they got in, and unfortunately losing in the first round to Miami.
Yeah, but going 14-19 just isn't going to get it done. I think it was a good indication that the Knicks just weren't quite good enough last year. They made the playoffs, but they didn't do anything. They've got to improve their performance on the road this year and take that next step as a team.
Richard Hamilton's checked in for the Bulls. And a switch here also for New York. Stoudemire's checked in. The free throw is off from Gibson.
And you could actually see it on the Bulls' faces and in the body language of the players last season when Rose tore his ACL, Kevin. It just took all of the wind out of their sails.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Well, guys, you go back to last season, and this is a team that hit just 74% of its free throws. I know they'd like to see that number go up.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
And the free throw, no good. What's interesting is that Rose had missed a lot of time last year with the team in the regular year, but the Bulls weathered the storm. But once they knew it was gone from them, having him in the lineup, I'm sure they felt like that's a different story now. And Steve, they acted differently themselves.
Well, it's one thing to weather the storm during the regular season, but to deal with the absence of a superstar in the playoffs is a totally different deal. And you're right, you could see the difference in the Bulls once the playoffs started in terms of their belief in how far they could go.
And stolen by Hamilton. Jumps up.
Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Both sides really coming out of the gate firing here.
Guys, they look like they were raring to go in this one. A lot of offense early on.
1:29 left to play in the first. Kidd dishes to Chandler. Rebound by the Bulls. Muhammad's got his third rebound tonight.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Yeah, only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
Kidd kicks to Shumpert. The tray. That drops. Shumpert's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, guys, most coaches prefer you drive the lane in transition, but this time the floor opened up for him out on the three-point line.
And Bellinelli kicks to Hamilton. The dish now to Bellinelli. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right at the free throw line. And Shumpert pulls it down. The Knicks leading by 4. Novak, the pass to Kidd. Passes it to Shumpert. The feed to Novak. Shumpert kicks it to Kidd. The pass to Stoudemire. Gets the bucket. Stoudemire's got 10 points.
Boy, he's been so cool out there, composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Hamilton dishes to Noah. There's the bucket. Good. Noah's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest. He decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Knicks lead by 4. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. J.R. Smith and Melo filling out the perimeter. Camby out there with Steve Novak. Then it's Felton in at the 1 spot. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, plenty of players have needed to wear face masks at certain points in their careers. But there's one player for whom the mask has become a permanent fixture, and that's Rip Hamilton. After breaking his nose 3 times, he was in danger of needing major surgery if he broke it again. And so he's worn the mask ever since. Rip said, "I take pride in it. That's like my cape. There's a lot of great players in the NBA, and that separates me from everybody else. So I love it. It's my identity, and I'll wear it the rest of my career." Kevin?
Well, Doris, it was a signature look. Thank you.
You know, the dunk was great, but I didn't care for that interior defense there, guys. It was non-existent.
You're right, Clark. You know, it was way too easy. I don't think the coach liked it either. Look at that face. Uh-oh.
It doesn't get much easier than that. They have got to tighten up their defense. That was embarrassing.
There's a good screen. He feeds it to Carmelo.
Blocking foul called on.
Chicago making some changes. Muhammad comes in for Joakim Noah. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Bellinelli. Iman Shumpert is checked in for New York. Kidd comes in for Raymond Felton. Kidd up top. He's covered by Rose. Anthony with the screen on Deng. Just 5 to shoot. Gibson with the steal. Deng with it. Now Smith defending. Heinrich against Kidd. Deng kicks to Rose. Over Shumpert. Rose, no good. The Knicks leading by 4.
Watch Kidd, watch Kidd.
Right side Kidd. Out to Smith. He kicks to Shumpert. Back to Smith. The 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
Rose kicks to Heinrich. Back to Rose. Gives him the lead pass. And the basket by Muhammad.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And again, it's the Knicks missing.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over.
Iman Shumpert last season started off playing at point guard for the Knicks, a position he played at Georgia Tech, but it would seem he's better off long-term at the 2 or 3 spot. More of a slasher than he is a playmaker, and an excellent defender to boot.
We're all hoping he comes back from that blown knee he suffered in the playoffs against Miami.
Couldn't convert, but nice little 2-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Muhammad. Boozer comes in for Taj Gibson. Richard Hamilton's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Bellinelli in for Kirk Heinrich. The Knicks also changing it up. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Campbell. Stoudemire comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Ronnie Brewer's subbed in for J.R. Smith.
Well, he brings a lot to the table, Kevin, that's for sure. And what I look to really is his pursuit of the ball. And he gets you so many second chance opportunities because he anticipates so well and he plays with a kind of a fearless aggressiveness.
Boy, I love the purpose that he drives the basketball. When he gets into that lane with intentionality, once he gets his mind made up to attack the rim, he's hard to stop.
And Shumpert, as you mentioned, Clark, started off playing point guard, but the Knicks concluded that he was better off playing on the wing. Steve, you agree with that assessment?
Oh, no question, Kevin. He's not a natural point guard, but he is a good ball handler. I think you can play him as a combo guard, maybe off the bench, come in for either the point or the two. But he's a tremendous defensive player, high energy, and an incredible athlete. So, yeah, major asset for his team.
Brewer, good.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Here's Hamilton, and Shumpert pulls it down.
Really high-quality shot there, just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
The Knicks the last few years haven't really been known for being a great defensive team. But maybe that will change with Mike Woodson coming in, a more traditional style NBA coach who's going to play a little bit slower pace, a little more isolation stuff, and as a result, maybe his team will be in better position, at least transition-wise, defensively.
Rose kicks to Hamilton. Hamilton right side. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Hamilton's got 6. The Knicks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. You can see the results last year, Steve. You know, the Knicks clearly seem to be more focused on defense. I think it helped their offense, and Clark, it clearly helped them get into the playoffs.
Well, Kevin, I think the question for this year is whether or not they'll be able to keep that same energy and focus for a full season. I mean, they have the players to get it done, so we'll see how it plays out.
Here's Bellinelli. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Bellinelli's got his first points of the game.
And he will punish an opponent for giving him that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
New York calls timeout.
You know, the Bulls have been a regular fixture in the playoffs since joining the league, literally. I mean, with the help of Michael Jordan, they have become, along with the Celtics and the Knicks, one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference.
Bulls making a switch here. Heinrich's checked in. And New York with a change here, too. Novak's checked in. Kidd attacking. Here's Shumpert. Another shot. And he races to the bucket for 2. Shumpert's got 4 points this quarter.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
And with 6 banners hanging up in Chicago, the city has really cultivated a lot of pride and winning tradition here with the Bulls. And, you know, Steve, that goes a long way. You were a Bull player at one time. You know all about that pride.
Yeah, no better place to play in the NBA than Chicago. When you're winning, the whole city loves it. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the main reason for that era. But so much history now for the Bulls, and they sell out game after game. Unbelievable fan support.
The Knicks making a switch here. Felton's checked in.
Well, one of the big advantages for the Knicks is that you know they'll always have money to spend. This is one of the most lucrative organizations in the entire NBA. They've never been afraid of spending a lot on salary in the past, and even with the new collective bargaining agreement rules, I would expect to see the Knicks well into the luxury tax.
Stoudemire. Great defense that time from Noah.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the Knicks.
Gets it to go. New York trailing. Knicks, one of the most storied franchises as well, Steve, as we're talking about New York. Even with the Nets coming into town, into Brooklyn, you would think the Knicks and all that great history, Clark, will help them continue to recruit free agents.
Yeah, no question about it. New York is a special place, and it is in the landscape of NBA basketball. It's always going to be a hot destination for free agents. It's a place where guys want to play and want to be, not just for the basketball, but for what New York offers. And that's an advantage for the organization. I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
Felton the pass to Shumpert. Gets it to go. Shumpert's got 9. Here's Rose. Heinrich outside. Dishes it to Boozer. Knicks with the rebound. Stoudemire's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Brewer. Rebound by the Bulls. Outside Rose. Right side Boozer. He's against Stoudemire. Tries from 10. Gets it to go. And that's 15 points for Carlos Boozer. The Knicks shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Felton kicks to Shumpert. And yes, sir, that one drops. Shumpert's got 11.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, it's never been easy for a player to transition from one team to another, but in the case of Rip Hamilton here in Chicago, it's been relatively simple. He says, this team is awesome. Everyone loves each other and holds each other accountable. High praise from someone who has been part of an NBA title team, Kevin.
Well, Doris, that camaraderie is such a key part of winning basketball. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Ozzie Muhammad's checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Carlos Boozer. And it's Dang in for Richard Hamilton. Now here's Rose. Feeds to Gibson. Back to Rose. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. 5 on the clock. Here's Muhammad. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Well, supreme confidence offensively for Carmelo Anthony. He's been one of the most deadly clutch shooters in the game over the last few seasons. Always ready to step up and score in pressure situations.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
Heinrich with it. Now Smith defending. And the basket by Muhammad. Muhammad's got 4 points in the quarter.
Did you see the pick there? Got him wide open all the way to the rim.
You know, you talk about that clutch scoring ability for Carmelo Anthony. It all comes back to, I think, his size, versatility, ball handling ability, and that quick trigger release on the jump shot. It's really difficult to keep him from getting the shot he wants.
You know, it's easy to take him for granted because we're so used to seeing him make those kinds of plays.
2 minutes, 2
Now Rose. Heinrich outside. He's against Smith. And Camby over to help. Rose. He's covered by Felton. Gibson. And in Chicago, scoring again. 1:41 left in the second quarter. J.R. Smith on the wing. From outside the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
And that's his first three-pointer, so maybe that one will get him started.
Bulls trail by 6. Rose kicks to Heinrich. 1:16 left to play in the first half. Here's Dang. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Felton kicks to Anthony. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And what Carmelo Anthony tries to do is catch the ball within range of the basket, maybe 20 feet or so. Then he'll turn. He gets that triple threat stance going. Now he can either shoot, pass, or dribble right past you. So when you get in that spot defensively, that's a nightmare. Carmelo can do it all.
And Clark, when you think of Carmelo's face-up game, does anyone in the league do it as well as him, you think?
Well, he's one of the best, clearly. He's in a short list of players, but you've got to include Durant, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant as well, both outstanding scorers. But Carmelo right in their class.
And the Bulls making a change here. Bellinelli's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
Not exactly the way the Bulls wanted to perform in the playoffs last year, Kevin. And Derrick Rose, when he tore his ACL in the first game of the opening round, it was something they couldn't quite recover from.
Heinrich kicks to Bellinelli. He passes it to Gibson. 6 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. But credit to the Bulls, they did get a couple of wins before falling to the 76ers in 6. But once Rose went down, their hopes, and Noah too, I guess, for a degree, their hopes at a title were probably out the window.
Yeah, no question. It was a tough way to wrap up what was a fantastic regular season for the Bulls. But, you know, you need luck to win in the playoffs. You got to be good, but you've got to be lucky. And unfortunately for the Bulls, their luck was all bad last season.
Carlos Boozer's checked in for Nazi Muhammad. Both free throws good from Bellinelli. And it's the Knicks with the ball. 6-point game. Felton with the ball. He's picked up by Heinrich. The drive by Anthony. Stolen by Boozer.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, this was one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the NBA last season, guys, about 72%.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
That's good from Dang.
And we're starting to see more free throw attempts, so I like the aggressiveness here in the second quarter, guys.
Well, you know, this is exactly what they need to do to climb back into this game. I mean, initiate contact, play smash mouth basketball, and get to that free throw line.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Boozer. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. Felton dishes to Carmelo. Smith kicks to Chandler. Working on Noah. Outside Kid. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Luol Deng.
Boy, both clubs really battling under the boards.
Yeah, and, you know, Steve, the rebounding story really mirrors the game at large. I mean, it's been pretty much tit for tat, neck and neck.
Here's Kidd. No luck. And a tight game here as we end the first half. It's the Knicks. They're up by 2. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint. And it's been a great game out in Chicago. Thanks for joining us. New York leading against Chicago. They've been a terror in transition, dicing up the D on the open court. It's been a Carmelo Anthony clinic in this one against Chicago. He's got 13 points, and on the defensive side of the floor, he's definitely been contributing with some focused defensive work. Good overall, also, though, for the Bulls. They've taken full advantage of their trips to the line, and that's made a key difference. Carlos Boozer playing great through 2 quarters. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Boozer has been great. 15 points and 1 steal.
And, you know, he's been the standout for them at both ends of the floor, guys.
I think it really says something about his resourcefulness on a basketball court, Steve.
Their front court, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah in the middle. Derrick Rose runs the show with Rip Hamilton to the side. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. Pass to Boozer. Back to Rose. Over Felton. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Throws up the alley-oop. And the jam by Stoudemire.
I'm not sure if any play is going to top that one.
Maybe the only play that could beat it is another alley-oop jam.
Yep.
Even then, it'd be hard to execute it any better than that.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one. You're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
And that last replay courtesy of Sprite. Here in this 3rd quarter, just over a minute play. Felton kicks to Anthony. New York moving it around. Low block shot. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way. To the inside. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line.
And, guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot-ups or maybe one-dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the three-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Deng is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
Luol Deng was a first-time All-Star in 2012. Obviously, being a member of a winning team like the Bulls didn't hurt, but his play is so solid. Just a great all-around game. He can spread the floor offensively and usually guards the opponent's best offensive player.
So he gets them both.
And guys, you recall for Luol Deng in the All-Star introductions, he wore a T-shirt with the outline of Africa on the front. Deng is a native of Sudan, and he's very conscious of reaching back and inspiring other kids from Africa to dream big and to do well.
Nice shot by Felton.
That's 3 for 4 field goal shooting here in the 3rd, so offensively, they're looking good.
Rose kicks to Hamilton. He dishes it to Boozer. He's against Stoudemire. The turnaround, and Boozer puts it in. Boozer's got 17.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
The drive by Anthony. Nice D from Deng.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot. Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Stoudemire. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one. Felton against Rose. Deng up top. Over Anthony. And finished off by Noah. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
That was your numbers. Give him a hand. Come on, Chicago.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Felton the pass to Carmelo. Over Deng. They get it back. And again, it's Amari Stoudemire. Stoudemire's got 20 points.
Well, not only does he excel at getting those offensive rebounds, but he's really good getting putbacks and layups off of those boards.
Noah, he's guarded by Chandler. Noah dishes to Rose. Right side Rose. 6 on the shot clock. That's good from Noah on the assist by Rose. 14 points for Joakim Noah. The Knicks with the lead. Chandler with a screen for Felton. Back to Chandler. Straight up. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Chandler's got his first points in this one.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Hamilton kicks it to Noah. Rose. Goes off the pick from Noah. Funny shot. Nice shot by Hamilton. Hamilton's got 12 in the game. The Knicks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Back to Anthony. Chandler with the screen on Dang. Here's Anthony. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
Dang passes to Rose. Over Felton. Again, Chicago.
Boy, both teams showing a lot of hustle, Clark.
Steve, especially since halftime. I mean, they're flying around out there, giving up a lot of energy and putting together a pretty good show.
Stoudemire. He's covered by Boozer. Stoudemire dishes to Carmelo. Over Boozer. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Stoudemire. And that's now 19 points for Carmelo Anthony. Chicago calls timeout.
Well, Amari Stoudemire is one of the most explosive finishers in the history of the game. He was probably Blake Griffin before Blake Griffin was. That quick first step, the explosiveness, the powerful right hand on the dunks, just an amazing talent.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Ozzie Muhammad's checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Carlos Boozer. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Richard Hamilton. It's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. And again, no good by Chicago. And Stoudemire in his prime, one of the best scoring big men you'll ever see, Clark.
Yeah, and he came in relatively raw out of high school, Kevin, but you got to give him a lot of credit for the way he's grown. I'm always impressed with how he handles himself between the lines, and anytime he's been interviewed, this guy comports himself really well. Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
Smith with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. And it's Smith missing.
I think he's been fighting his shot a little bit. He's not getting many of them to drop right now.
Here's Dang. Heinrich outside. It's a look. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Rock that rim. Gotta love that enthusiasm, folks.
Not only, Clark, did he rock the rim, he decided to hang around a bit for that one, too. I love it.
What a finish. That was just gorgeous.
Heinrich kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Heinrich. The dish to Bellinelli. Smith with some nice D. The Knicks leading by 5. From the baseline. Passes it to Novak. Outside, Felton. They set the pick. From the arc. Smith missing again.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
Heinrich kicks to Bellinelli. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Bellinelli's got 7 points in the game. J.R. Smith on the wing. For the 3. Smith missing again.
Now remember, he did make a three-pointer in the first half, so we'll see if he can find the range here in the second.
Heinrich against Anthony. Heinrich passes to Dang. Backing in to Ty. Felton with some nice D. Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin and Steve. I mean, everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
It makes it so much tougher to defend, too, when you have to account for all 5 offensive players, and the ball just moves so quickly. Tough to defend that.
Now the feed to Bellinelli. Kicks it to Dang. Over Anthony. Dang with the bucket. Dang's got 12 points in the game. It's a close game here in Chicago. Felton kicks to Smith. New York moving the ball around. To the middle. It's stolen by Dang. The drop step. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. Knicks shooting it beautiful here in the third. 56% from the field. And it's Smith missing.
He's really struggling in this quarter right now. They need to think about getting the ball out of his hand.
Here's Heinrich and Anthony with the block. Anthony right side. Felton. Smith outside. Beyond the arc. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. And that's 10 points for J.R. Smith. Bulls trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Heinrich kicks to Dang. Back to Heinrich. The pass to Dang. He feeds it to Gibson. Fades away. And that one's good. Gibson's got 8 points.
We know he can run hot or cold, but I like the way he's playing today.
Felton dishes to Carmelo. Smith kicks to Camby. To the paint. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He's got 21 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team.
That free throw good from Anthony. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Muhammad. Boozer comes in for Taj Gibson. Richard Hamilton's checked in for Luol Deng. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Bellinelli. And so he hits both. Bulls trail by 5. Here's Rose. He's got 8. Heinrich kicks it to Noah. The Knicks pull it in.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
Outside Rose. Boozer with a screen for Rose. There's a minute 47 left in the third. Hamilton the pass to Boozer. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Shumpert with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. And Shumpert kicks to Anthony. He kicks to Stoudemire. Baseline try. Carlos Boozer pulls it in.
That's a look that he'll never pass up. The one he'll usually never miss.
Heinrich dishes to Noah. The Knicks pull it in. Stoudemire's got 6 rebounds in the game. Shumpert passes to Stoudemire. And the basket good. And it's a 9-point Knicks lead. The Bulls shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. 52 seconds left to play in the third. Hamilton right side. Over Anthony. Got it from 16 feet. Hamilton's got 4 points this quarter.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
Kidd kicks to Chandler.
Boy, that was well read to know exactly where that pass was going.
Yeah, especially on the lob pass, the positioning has to be perfect.
Yeah, as easy a 2 points as you're going to get on the soft alley-oop. That was nice.
36 seconds left to play here in the third. And here's Rose. 8 points for him. Hamilton outside. Back to Rose. 5 to shoot. Jason Kidd grabs the miss. Kidd's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
Well, we thought the 3rd quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And I know some people are still opposed to using replay in situations where the call doesn't have a direct effect on the outcome of the game. But I think it has to be used if there's a questionable call, no matter what it is.
Now, I understand the argument against it. It does interrupt the flow of the game a little bit, but it's hard to stand by and simply let an incorrect call stand.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Knicks lead by 9. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. While we're still getting underway here in the 4th, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Uncontainable Game Report. Doris?
Guys, well, it was the stretch by the Knicks that garners the uncontainable game today. The 2nd quarter looks to be the difference right now as they turn things on and put together that huge run. Now, it seems like it's enough to get them the win.
Great, thanks, Doris. And a very important turning point in this was when they started to gather that steam and really started rolling, guys.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. And that run changed the entire feel of this game. And it wasn't just their offense that made it happen. The stops they were making defensively played just as big a role.
And right at the start of that run, fellas, you could see the sudden injection of energy that went through the whole team. Then it was game on.
So with Anthony sitting on the bench, here's who Mike Woodson's going with. Inside the dynamite combo of Amari Stoudemire and Tyson Chandler. J.R. Smith out there with Felton. And it's Brewer in at the 3 spot. Smith dishes to Felton. Dishes it to Brewer. From 12 feet out, gets the bucket.
Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
Dang, covered by Brewer. Dang with it. Brewer grabs the board.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
Now here's Rose. Dang off the pick from Boozer. Outside Dang. Gibson feeds it to Bellinelli. And Dang, here we go. Here's Boozer. It's Chicago with another win. Boozer! Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. The Knicks leading by 8. Stoudemire outside. Over Gibson. And Stoudemire, the bucket on the assist by Felton. And that's now 24 points for Stoudemire. Outside Rose. Back to Boozer. He passes to Gibson. Over Stoudemire. No good from Gibson.
This is a nice lead they've built. Very good job controlling the glass this game.
You got to be pleased as a coach to see how your team has boxed out. Very fundamentally sound basketball.
He dishes it to Bellinelli. Inside. Dang goes in over Brewer. And in Chicago, scoring again. New York calls timeout.
Well, when you think about Amari Stoudemire, last year was the first time in 6 seasons that he's missed the All-Star game. And you start to wonder about those surgically repaired knees. It looks like he's lost a little bit of his explosiveness.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kev. Mike Woodson had some words for his team over that last break. He was highly animated when he was talking to them, telling them this is going to be a huge win for us. When we close this out, it will go a long way towards showing the rest of the league what we're capable of.
And going back to Stoudemire, those knees were a known issue coming in. Insurance companies.
Watch out now. Boy, an unbelievable dunk there. I mean, fellas, you've got to marvel at plays like that.
He can really take off, can't he, Steve?
Yeah, he almost jumped through the roof on that one, guys.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. And so here is Chicago, trailing by 13. Rose passes to Deng. Offensive rebound. Noah. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
He had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Marcus Camby. He's checked in for Tyson Chandler. Rose attacking. Second chance shot. And Boozer lays it in. Boozer's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he's smart. He's getting good shots, and he's knocking them down.
The Knicks leading by 11. Smith kicks to Felton. Back to Smith. Good look. And again, it's New York. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Hamilton outside. Pass to Noah. Camby on him. Fades and shoots. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Camby's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Rose attacking over Anthony. Rose, good. Now Felton. They'd better get a move on. Stoudemire dishes to Felton. Anthony, he's covered by Deng. The baseline J. Anthony's shot is off.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over it.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Gets it to go. Here's Smith. Running out of time. Outside, Felton. Anthony with the screen on Rose. Felton the pass to Carmelo. Shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Rose with the ball. Camby picks him up. Felton against Rose. Over Felton. And again, it's Derrick Rose. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Knocks it loose. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Now they're on a hot streak now. They can't miss and really trying to cut into this lead.
Well, it's been a fantastic comeback effort, guys, and they've actually shot their way back into this one.
Felton kicks to Anthony. There's the dish to Stoudemire. Passes to Camby. New York moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Alley-oop pass. And it's Smith missing.
So hard not to go for it when you see that chance at the alley-oop.
Bet he wishes he hadn't, though.
Rose kicks to Deng. He's covered by Felton. Deng dishes to Rose. Left side Rose. Over Smith. And again, it's Derrick Rose. Now it's just a 3-point Knicks lead.
My goodness, it seems like he's got every point this quarter. Just an amazing job helping to cut into this lead.
Felton with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Stoudemire backing him down. That's good. Stoudemire's got 12 points in just the second half. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Noah with a screen for Rose. Good.
His touches look much better than it did in the first half.
The Knicks leading by 3. Felton the pass to Carmelo. Anthony left side. That is good. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Hamilton outside. There's the feed to Noah. Outside Dang. Kicks to Boozer. Back to Dang. He feeds it to Rose. Just 4 to shoot. And the rebound goes to Marcus Camby. Camby's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Smith. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And here's Rose. Over Felton. Rose, no good.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
Smith with it. Now Hamilton defending. Outside for Felton. They push it up. 4 on 3. Puts it up from 15. Rebound by Smith. The Knicks leading by 5. Upside Felton. Open look. Gets it to go. And that's now 19 points for J.R. Smith. The Bulls shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Time called here, and the Bulls decide to talk it over.
J.R. Smith back in the league after spending most of last season in China. And he's a player with so much talent, an explosive athlete, offensively gifted, deep range on his shot.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for New York. Brewer comes in for J.R. Smith.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Hamilton kicks it to Noah. Now the pass to Rose. Good on the shot. Rose has got 22 points.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
And the dunk by Chandler.
Flawless alley-oop that time. That's some real stylish basketball there.
Almost looks like a play they've been rehearsing for a while.
Well, that's the beauty of the alley-oop. It appears that way, but really it's just timing and sort of an innate sense of awareness between two teammates.
Rose against Felton. And it's Rose penetrating. Shot clock at 5. Outside Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And it's an 11-point Knicks lead.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Here is Rose. Hamilton outside. He kicks it to Noah. Over Chandler. Here's Boozer. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Boozer's got 6 points in the quarter.
Right now, they're just pillow-like inside. Way too soft. Too many looks at and around the hoop.
Yep, totally agree, Clark. 10 of the last 12 points now that they've surrendered have come inside that lane area.
Brewer covered by Hamilton. And Brewer kicks to Stoudemire. That is good. Stoudemire's got 28 points for the game.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
1:36 left in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Rose.
He's putting the team on his back, trying to keep his team in this thing, and he's doing a pretty good job.
Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Stoudemire covered by Noah. Baseline jumper, and it's blocked by Noah. 1:15 left in the game. Rose attacking. And that one's good.
He's just been dominant, trying to dig his team out of the hole.
1:09 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Felton dishes to Carmelo. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. That's 36 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Beautiful finesse move right there. I mean, you've got to love that finger roll finish.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 10. There's a minute left in the fourth. Rose attacking. It's Chicago with another win.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Clark, they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
Felton kicks to Anthony. And the shot is good. Anthony's got 38 points.
And that one should remove all doubt about the outcome of this game. This thing's over.
Now it's just a matter of what the winning margin's going to be.
Dang can't get it to go. The Knicks shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Felton. Dang grabs the miss.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Hamilton the pass to Rose. An easy 2 points on the layup. Rose has got 30.
Kevin, great finish on the low block. I love it.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Brewer with the ball. Dishes to Felton. So it's New York picking up the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
Feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're